And we're back with another episode of the Lakers Fast Break podcast. It's Gerald Glassford coming right back at you here from Lakers Fast Break, Pop Culture Cosmos, Inside Sports Fantasy Football, and Game Source. We truly appreciate everyone out there listening to all of our great shows. And if you can, please give us that 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Plus, if you can like, share, subscribe, follow, or do whatever it is that you can to support us right here at the Lakers Fast Break. Subscribe below Joe Soro today because he's really bummed out after today's pitiful performance where the Lakers were gassed out in overtime. So he really needs your support by going ahead and subscribing. That's right. Subscribe below Joe Soro today, right there for you. So you can get the latest notifications on when we go live on the air right here at the Lakers Fast Break. Plus, also as well, if you can like, share, subscribe, follow, or do whatever it is that you can to support us right here at the Lakers Fast Break, Pop Culture Cosmos, Inside Sports Fantasy Football, Game Source. Of course, the great folks at LakersBall.com. You are probably seeing Joe Soro, a.k.a. Ox1947, raging all over LakersBall.com. Plus, also as well, our live watch parties at, of course, playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. Sign up for free today and join us for our live watch parties, which, had its real highs and lows, but we were there live. So if you want to go ahead and join us, you're more than welcome to. Plus also as well, Lakerholics.com. Laker Tom and Jamie Sweet are there for you at Lakerholics.com. Plus our good friends at the Hoopheads Podcast Network. And of course, if you need your lawn transformed into something much more beautiful than it is today, go ahead and, if you're in the Southern California area, check out Simblades. That's Simblades with a Y.com. Well, the Lakers coming off a 3-3 road trip, head back home Tuesday, facing off against the Boston Celtics, who had lost 2 in a row, lost last night against those Los Angeles Clippers, back-to-back game for them, and also a game that's going to end their road trip. So all signs were pointing for the Lakers to go ahead and be able to be very competitive. But from the get-go, they were not defending well in the perimeter. They were not rebounding inside when the Boston missed shots, which was a rarity. And they pulled out to a 15-point halftime lead and were cruising most of the way until halfway through the third quarter. Things started crumbling and focuses lost and just looked like Boston was a little bit gassed for a while as the Lakers went on a 32-5 run to pull out a 13-point lead in the fourth quarter. And things were looking good for the Lakers, but the Lakers just cannot stand prosperity. And unfortunately, that meant Boston Celtics hitting 3 after 3 after 3. And Jason Tatum looking like an MVP candidate, an MVP with 44 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. His cohort in crime, Jaylen Brown, 25 points as well. And Boston tied up the game with only a few seconds left. But Anthony Davis got fouled. He could just hit one free throw, right? All he needed to hit was one free throw. Well, he not only missed one free throw like he did in Philadelphia, he missed 2 free throws. He was extremely tired. He was extremely gassed, but unfortunately he missed both free throws. And the Lakers just had no energy between him and LeBron, just absolutely spent, and they got destroyed in overtime, 122-118. And here today to talk about the game, a game of highs and lows. Give all the credit in the world to the Lakers for getting back in the game and actually pulling out a 13-point lead, but unfortunately giving that lead up and ultimately losing in overtime. Good man indeed. You got to go ahead and check out what he's doing today. As Ox1947, right there for you at LakersBall.com. It is Joe Soro. And Joe, as you said before we got on the air, this one hurt.
Yeah.
This one hurt. This one hurt.
I'd say this
2 in a week.
This one hurt. This one hurt pretty bad. I thought Philly was a gut punch. This one hurt worse because they were up 13 with, 3.5 minutes left.
Yep.
And they made a crucial mistake that ended up really setting the tone for that run that the Celtics had to tie it up. It was an inbound turnover score right away after they hit a 3. That play right there was the seed that started the choke job.
And they did a great job in overtime. They played right to the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics played right in. They planned it out, and the Lakers played right into their plans because they let Russell Westbrook try to play hero ball. And you've had up and down Russell Westbrook all game long, where you have the highs and lows. Russell Westbrook either looking bad or looking real good, no in between. And in that overtime, he tried to take over, and it was abysmal. Miss three after miss three after miss three.
Yeah, the overtime was the perfect microcosm of the Russell Westbrook career, not just today's game or this year or last year.
Because LeBron and AD were destroyed. They were just absolutely spent.
They were spent. I wish.
I know, Juan, you said don't defend LeBron today. Please don't. But
I wish
my gosh,
you could see you can see a 38-year-old getting spent.
Yeah.
Uh,
Playing against a 28 guy, 10 years.
I don't like that AD is spent. He's 29 and in his prime. Russell Westbrook, we discussed this on a few shows ago. As much as I enjoyed the good things he did tonight, the bad in a lot of ways evens it out, and then you're just at par with his performances in games.
Well, he was a -1 on the day, and I think that says it all.
Well, that and the fact that we had no one else other than maybe Austin Reeves playing really good defense, because their defense was stout, and that's probably why I'm kind of I don't want to be. Look, I'm not. I go off because I see things that shouldn't happen. But what happened in this case tonight was their defense from the beginning of the fourth till that 3.5-minute mark was unbelievably remarkable. And they spent so much effort and blood and tears and whatever it is that the cliches say in those minutes to get to get a 13-point lead. It's like, okay, if you're a human being, you kind of get it to a degree. And then we have to start really understanding that this league is just not what in any way what it used to be. In any way, you cannot rest for 1 minute, or they'll score 8 points in 1 minute.
Well, Juan, you're saying facts over feeling. Facts are that LeBron's 38 years old, and he played close to 40 minutes, if I'm not mistaken.
Which was the thing I was thinking about, even going through. Another thing that I gotta respect LeBron and AD for is Darvin M asked if they wanted to come out and get a rest. They said no. I would have liked to have seen some of the other guys, but who beyond the three kind of pick up the slack the last 3.5 minutes. But we don't have those guys. We don't have someone like a Williams.
AD played 18 minutes straight.
You didn't have anybody like Williams. You didn't have anybody like even a Marcus Smart, even though he's kind of considered the top three. You didn't have anybody else there trying to kind of help out a little bit, at least getting some scoring. Unfortunately, just we don't have anybody beyond the three that can actually do something when you need it. Reeves to some degree, maybe Lonnie Walker would have made a difference. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't really know where to go with this one. This one hurts bad because it was against the Celtics. It should have this should have been a win more than Philly, and in a lot of ways Indiana. I don't know. I don't know what to say. This is the definition of what this team is. They look great, and then your heart gets pulled out, and you're just sitting there, just staring at it, bleeding, without being able to do anything.
Well, I just think I know Juan is saying bench LeBron. Okay, I can see giving him less minutes at a certain point in time, but how are they able to get back in the game? It's because they had LeBron and AD in there. AD played 18 straight minutes, as Zangerstein pointed out.
Like I said, I really don't know what logic I can use tonight to explain what happened, other than they spent themselves to get to where they were at the cusp of winning this game in an unbelievable comeback, to only run out of gas in the last quarter lap.
Yep.
They basically they could not run anymore, and they made a lot. And then you have a player like Russell Westbrook who tends to not make the right. He doesn't make the shot that you need when you need it. He makes the shot to kind of sort of help, but then it's like he double not helps on the next two shots. So he hit the first two shots in overtime. We were up 4, and then it went into complete disaster mode after that. That right there is the Jekyll and Hyde. That's the Jekyll and Hyde personality of this team, the bipolarness of this team, and what else can you say? What else can you say other than what do you do to fix it? Do we blame AD for missing free throws? Probably. I'd say you have to make those shots. You're not moving.
You just need one.
Yeah, well, you needed 2. You get 2, you win that game.
No, you needed 1 and you win that game.
They could have hit a 3 and tied it. I wouldn't have been surprised if they actually hit it. You make those 2 free throws, this game is over. And that is probably I'm trying not to stick on to AD here too much because his defense was phenomenal. It's just tough. I can't go into anything logical in this. This was strictly a human ending. I was watching that defense. It looked like it was a weird just rerun of the 2010 Game 7 finals. The way they were playing defense, and KG later on had said how we could not move. We just couldn't move. We couldn't make a shot. And I was watching how the Lakers were playing defense, and the Celtics looked exactly like that in those first 8.5 minutes. And you're just like, wow, are they going to win this? And then all of a sudden, 2022-23 era of the NBA reared its head. You cannot ever rest in a 48-minute game. It's over. It's just turned into the NFL. The NFL, you're watching teams score game-winning field goals with 10 seconds left on the clock from the 20, from the 25. It's over. There's no more of this. Are we going to be able to get rest during the game? There is no rest. You saw it. LeBron and AD had to stay in there. If they hadn't stayed in there, they would have lost much earlier. So the NBA is going to succeed. And again, it's weird how my brain works. This is just kind of how I think during these kind of times. It's always some kind of pattern of something, what's coming. The NBA is virtually going to kill the super teams here. Pretty much the super teams are about to be gone because you are not going to be able to win anything in an 82-game season with 80,000 freaking playoffs now with the play-in. You're never going to win you're not going to win a title or win it consistently without a full team. You can't have just 2 or 3 guys anymore. Those days are gone. It's got to be a team and a team concept. Otherwise, you're not gonna make it through 48 minutes all year.
Because when Jason Tatum wasn't hitting, late in the game, every now and then Marcus Smart would give them at least a couple baskets here and there, just enough. They were getting a little bit extra from other players, whereas the Lakers, it was just down to 2 players. And when it came to Russell Westbrook wanting to go ahead and chime in and play hero ball, it goes back to what we've been saying all year. Westbrook, since he went to the bench, has been great, as far as coming off the bench, spark plug, kicking up the transition, doing a great job of helping the Lakers get back into these games, but you cannot close with him down the stretch. It's really not a good choice.
Those pick and rolls were great. I was just enjoying the game so much. I was enjoying the fundamental game so much. And LeBron and AD were really, really showing it. Their defense was phenomenal. It just, regardless of it's just a regular season game, this one's a burner because it just it didn't get validated that effort and that amazing basketball that we talk about being basketball IQ. It's almost like LeBron heard the last show and went into complete, other than a few ill-advised threes, which, that happens every now and then. But it just showed me that that's the basketball I wish we could watch all the time. But it's not realistic, guys. You can't have LeBron out there for 40 minutes. It's not going to work. And this should be really proof of that. We know this game. A lot of us know this game. A lot of us know how this works. And I'm hard on LeBron. And sometimes I get off air and I start to think about whether I'm being just a typical fan of living in the moment, or if there's a legitimate issue. And a lot of times, sometimes it's both. Sometimes both things that you're thinking are correct, or sometimes both things you're thinking are wrong. I don't know. Assessing this game, it showed me a lot of what I want to watch, a lot of what I really, really enjoy. But we also have to figure out a way to recreate this team. It needs a few tweaks, and I don't know if we're ever going to get to. I don't know if we're going to get to where we want it to go. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm confused on what's next. I'm used to thinking about a solution, and usually I can get to a solution. There is no clear-cut solution here. It's just not. I don't know. We have to wait. The NBA, you can't just do whatever you want anymore. It's salaries have to match, and who's going to be willing to play with you, or what's going to happen at the end of the year, and what's this and what's that. It's just. I think the sadness right now is there's no solution. There's no solution at this point, and it's depressing me. And to sit here and bag on AD for missing free throws, and bagging LeBron, bagging on Westbrook, and it's not going to really do anything. It's just not. It's just depressing right now that. This could have been a very nice win. We could have enjoyed the night tonight, and it would have made up a little bit for what happened on Friday and then against Indy. And that's another thing that's on my mind is we win those 3 games. We're sitting at 13-13 at the moment. It's a completely different. It's a different. No, atmosphere.
We're sitting at 14-12.
I'm sorry, 14-12. Yes. Yeah. I can't remember the last time I got hurt this much by a regular season game. I'm trying to think. I don't remember.
A couple times have come close.
The Lakers have always won these type of games in the regular season. This one was a really, really big, I think I used a bolt hammer to the nuts. This was a bolt hammer to the nuts.
Once
if you
again,
have nuts.
Once again, it is the Lakers fast break. Unfortunately,
I think it might still hurt if you didn't know.
Yeah, it probably will hurt a lot. But once again, it's the Lakers fast break. The Lakers, unfortunately, fall in overtime, just gassed out, not enough energy at all, leading to a lot of the issues we've talked about before. 122-118. They fall to 11-16. Just the game is just was a bunch of highs and lows for the Lakers early on. The players that they were matching up against, Tatum and Brown, when you're throwing Beverly and you're throwing Schroeder out there at them, they're feasting on them because of 6'1", 6'2" guards. And then the fact is so many open threes on the perimeter. The perimeter defense in that first half was absolutely abysmal. And any shot that they did miss, they were scoring on the offensive boards, and the Lakers just could not make any defensive rebounding, I guess any type of gains there. So you're already down that much, and then it gets even worse as the start of the third quarter until the Lakers just kicked it into gear. I think it was more of an issue of where Boston took the foot off the gas. They're already thinking about going home, things of that nature. And the Lakers went on a 32-5 run. And like you talk about, it just seems like that momentum, as long as within 20, anything is possible. The Lakers are up by 13, and you think all they got to do is score. I think all they had to do is to score one more basket. If they put it up to 15, I think that puts them out of reach. Unfortunately, they couldn't do that.
We can play the if game a lot, but it's just not. It's just not. There's no answer to this because it keeps happening, and this was the worst one out of the three that we've seen, or within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it makes it even worse because the Lakers don't have any margin of error, and they're already erroring everywhere you go. It's spelling doom. I would say there's nothing you can do. There is not enough depth on this team. There's not Russell Westbrook will not be a guy that will do the right play without doing the wrong play at the same time. It's just that's what that is. AD, I'm sure, will hit clutch free throws at some point. LeBron, it will be LeBron. LeBron is going to try to manage himself as best he can. But then that's it. There's nothing else. Austin Reeves, there's only so much he can do. There's no one else. Troy Brown Jr. couldn't make a shot really all game. Played good defense, but couldn't make a shot. We could have used a shot from him to loosen up the Celtics a little, or loosen up the Lakers a little bit. Will make the Celtics kind of pay attention to him, and then the guys, the main guys, wouldn't have had to have dealt with it as much. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like I'm sure I feel like right now how John feels every day when he gets up.
Hey, be nice. John is as Petty My Cat said, John is a 4.8 out of 5-star author. He will take no
Well, I mean,
disrespect.
when you have your own friends doing your ratings, that's probably what happens.
That's cold. That is absolutely cold.
Who's he kidding?
Zangerside says this is unsustainable, and it
probably
only shows
4.8 was probably his hairline. That was probably what got him to 4.8.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, John, you open up your John, you're gonna get some bleep coming in.
Okay. Well, hopefully this will make you feel better after such a tough loss. Zangerstein said this is unsustainable, and it only shows that they need someone whom they can trust to shoot aside from LeBron and AD. Again, I really just cannot. If I'm Darvin Ham, I cannot have Russell Westbrook in there in the clutch. It is just not in your best interest. We've seen more times than not, he's not able to produce for you in the clutch. It's great what he does for you in the second and the third and early in the fourth, but he just cannot do things for you in the clutch. And today was a day where you had Russell Westbrook, really looking bad on plays and really, looking good on others. As long as he's driving to the basket, he always has a chance to go ahead and put something in. Once he tries something outside or on the perimeter, it's anybody's game.
I don't know. That sounds like a PC line.
I'm just telling you the truth.
No, this should not have been a loss.
Yes.
They're up 13 with 3.5 left. You win this game.
I'm talking about the whole game for Russell Westbrook.
Doesn't matter at this point. Doesn't matter. They're up 13 with 3.5 minutes left.
Yes,
whatever happened before then doesn't matter. They should have won this game. And
they should have. I agree with you. They should have won the game. Should have hit.
I'm not paying attention. I'm not paying attention to what happened in the second quarter at that point.
Okay, that goes conversely to what you said previously. Every point, matters. Every shot matters.
I'm talking about this game. This game was they're 13 points up. So are they going to be up 17 if they hit 2 shots in the second quarter? Maybe, yeah. But I'm not thinking about that.
Fried chicken is here and back for you, Mr. Narcissist.
Well, he's over Darvin Ham. That's not the first time and the last time we'll hear that.
Go get Mike D'Antoni again.
Mike D'Antoni is. I would love for Mike D'Antoni. I would just want Mike D'Antoni to get a job just to hear Stephen A. Smith whine. That guy gets so heated up every time Mike gets hired by someone. Darvin Ham. You've given him 3 sharp knives. Well, I should say 2 sharp knives, a bread knife, and the rest are all buttered butter knives. You can probably blame him for the lineups, but do we even talk about that if AD hits those free throws? No. We talk about how unbelievable comeback this is and how this could ignite the team. Now, guys, just in case you didn't know, even if we had won this game, even if we had won in Philly, even if we had beaten Indiana, yes, we'd be 14-2, but we still have the same problems. We still would have the same problems.
14-12.
We would be 14-12, but we would still have these same problems. And I think that's where all this really sits. It all sits in that every time we lose these games, it sets in more and more of the fact that this team has no shot of even competing for a title. And you're about to waste another year of LeBron, and you're wasting a prime year of AD.
I just made a few sandwiches today earlier. I made a ham and cheese on provolone, melted, and I actually cooked the ham myself. And then also as well, I did a little bit of a turkey as well. Made a little bit of turkey with some sweet potato fries, stuffing. So we made some sandwiches at my house, but I guess they're talking about you. I guess they said, tell your spouse to make you a sandwich, Joe.
Yeah, John is, he idolizes my life. He sees all that I have.
Mine were pretty good tonight. I will say that.
Yeah,
Everybody's gonna like it.
He's while I'm sitting around doing my thing, he's sitting there filming himself in his car with one of his hands not in view.
Got to be the shoes. It's because he thinks he can make those shots. He's the only one on planet Earth that thinks he can consistently.
That was a nice slip out there, G. That was pretty good. I'm impressed.
Penny, my cat says, "Let's go, Gerald." I had a turkey sandwich too. Yeah, I mean, I will say if you get it with the stuffing and put it on there, put a little cranberry sauce right there, like it did, and a little bit of a sweet potato fries, and then put like a turkey gravy mayo on it. Oh, you're in. That's in right there for you. But once again, it's the Lakers fast break. The Lakers unfortunately fall and ran out of gas in overtime, 122-118. Lakers fall to 11-16. I mean, the chat, the world's best Lakers chat is going on right now. I'll tell you what, they're just really going off. They're really upset. I will put it to you this way. Okay, we're all close to the Lakers, and sometimes we see some things from a Lakers-centric point of view. But we on this show, Laker Tom aside, because Laker Tom always sees everything through the purple and gold glasses. But we try to look at things in a perspective and understanding to try and give you a good analysis. But I've sometimes reached to outside sources and listened to what they have to say about the Lakers. And I think the best way to put it is I heard earlier today the Dunked On podcast with a couple of Nate Duncan and I forget the other guy's name, but they're really actually pretty good as far as covering the league. And they were asked about how you would fix the Lakers. And the answer is just like what we've been saying all this year. Genie sell the team and hire a GM that's not anything related to the Los Angeles Lakers, so there's no nepotism involved. There you go. If they can see it, we can as well. So that's what we've been saying all year, my friend. People are knowing this, that the Lakers need to make changes and need to make changes starting up, starting higher up. But we know that's not going to happen anytime soon.
I think we get, for content purposes or whatever, we talk about unrealistic things because we don't know what else to talk about. The nepotism part of the Lakers, Genie can come back and hit you with, we won 11 championships with nepotism. Bill Sharman, Jerry West, Pat Riley. I think Westhead was the only one that wasn't McKinley before he got hurt on the bike. Like those were like the only two that weren't Laker people. And then
but that was the past.
Well, I'm just saying, since the start of modern basketball, which is after Magic came in, right? For what it is now, you're talking about 11 championships with nepotism in 40 years. So you can't really have a legitimate argument there. What you could have a legitimate argument with, why would you give an extension to a guy who doesn't know what he's doing? That you have a valid point.
But these are experts that watch the league like we do and report on it for The Athletic and other
but when
and they see this as the same problem that we do. That tells you that what we say is not just loudmouth guys going off, that we actually see the same problems that many others invested in the league see.
Yeah, if you first of all, the TV contracts in sports have pretty much made fans obsolete. I know that sounds weird because the networks are gonna say, wait a minute, if no one's watching this, right? But I don't know. There must be something else in there where advertisements getting enough to where it doesn't matter if there's a lot of people watching. I don't know how it works. I think what it might come down to is some form of in with gambling. There's something where they know that certain people out there who gamble are going to watch, and that's enough for them to make and justify the money that they're asking these networks to pay. I haven't figured that out. I'd love to figure it out. I need to get deep into that. I don't know if it ever would come out. I don't know if they'd want that to come out. But I also thought today, looking at a CarMax logo on Kobe's and Shaq's court was a freaking abomination. CarMax. So if you want to tell me Jeannie should sell the team because of the used car salesman, low rent image that she's putting on the Lakers, I would support you until the day you die, because that's an embarrassment. That's an embarrassment. And just little details that you're seeing there with what these guys are. You know, but I'm not going to sit here and start talking about how she should sell the team. She ain't going to sell a team. And we're not allowing her to sell the team anyways. We're watching every game. We're talking about it after every game. It's over. Either we all retire and go home, meaning all Laker fans, or this is never going to stop. She has no incentive to stop. We're still going to sit there and watch. It doesn't matter. It's a Jerry Jones effect.
Well, nepotism, as he says, I mean, it was great for a while. Like you said, when you know and you have the quality in the Lakers organization or within reach that you can get of really talented individuals. But as the years have gone on, you've seen that talent drop off in key areas, like in the front office. And you've seen the fact that there's been poor decision making little by little by little. And now it's all starting to add up. And unfortunately, even though we just come off the high of a 2020 championship, you can see the decisions made after it, just little by little by little, the evaluations of players, the evaluations of talent, and obviously the evaluations of how they should structure the salary cap has been a very much of a misfire. And it's been all season long. It's almost like beating a drum over and over and over about how this team just does not have enough quality players to help LeBron and AD.
And there's nothing this summer that's pointing to anything else positive. That's another thing that's burning. We are losing while the team that has our draft pick is winning, and they're winning at the highest of the highest. It's just a whole, and then of course we're looking at a Celtic team that could win a championship. This is like as bad as it gets, and it's worse because you have LeBron James and Anthony Davis on your team, and you're not good enough. That's how bad it is. You have Anthony Davis and LeBron James on your team, and you're not good. In a league of stars,
shoes. We say it all the time. We are not contractually allowed to go ahead and trade LeBron. Until next summer.
Yeah, in a league. I mean, I would say the league has finally trumped the Laker. I mean, I know we won a title 2 years ago, but the NBA has finally, and I probably shouldn't even blame the NBA. I think I've done that enough. Jeannie's going to have to adapt this summer to a new way of doing things. If she doesn't, we're going to be right back here next year talking the way we are.
Well, it's just seeing from the chat room. I mean, everybody is vocal out there, and it's truly appreciated. Great chat room, the best chat room that's out there. And I actually kicked out the lame Boston Celtics fan.
What was he saying?
I say something about, how they're great and Lakers are not. Yeah, we know that.
So?
We see that. Yeah, I just didn't want it. I don't need it today.
We should have let John go get him some top ramen or something. I would have calmed him down.
Well, sandwich seems to be the key.
It's cold outside right now.
Sandwich seems to be the key right now. That seems to be the key of the show. So maybe a sandwich would be in order. But once again, it's the Lakers fast break. The Lakers do fall in overtime, 122-118. Joe, I mean, maybe it was just like you said, when it comes to the basketball gods, the Lakers didn't deserve this win in the first place because the Celtics had such a big lead for so long. They were outplaying the Lakers really well. They were just distributing the ball and actually shooting well from the outside. The Lakers were not contesting any threes, and that's something that bothers me because when they lost in Golden State on Saturday, I saw these stats about how all the threes were contested. When we see yesterday's game against the Clippers, which they lost, I see the majority of those 3-pointers that they were shooting were contested. Here in that first half, it was truly brutal. None of these 3-pointers were being contested by the Lakers. And that to me was really bad. And that to me was saying that this team had actually no legs at all. I'm surprised that they did find the energy. I think they only found the energy when Boston, just let their foot off the gas and really thought they were just going to go ahead and go into cruise control. Didn't happen. The Lakers came back on that 32-5 run, and give all the credit in the world, the Lakers, for getting back into the game and actually leading by 13. But when you have that kind of lead with 3 minutes left, you got to go ahead and send it on home.
Yeah, speechless. There's nothing else to say.
It takes your heart out. It takes the
I'm
guts out.
pretty burnt. I'm not gonna lie.
Emotional game.
I was screaming and yelling, scared the neighbors.
Don't you do that anyways?
Yeah, well, only when it's a playoff game typically, but we haven't been doing that a lot lately. The loss is a real this loss was really bad for a regular season game.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, it's really bad.
Laker Tom would tell you it's only one game.
No, it's not. It's not. Not if you're. It's only one game if once you go back to your personal life that you have to separate those two. But looking at it from us being a Laker show and us being a vocal part of Laker Nation, not the show, Laker Nation in general, yes. Fans.
Yes.
This one is. I know if I was playing for the Lakers, this would hurt. This would hurt like a playoff loss. Maybe not a finals game, but a playoff loss. It feels like a playoff loss. Mm-hmm. A playoff loss that would have made it 2-1 versus being down 2-1. That's how it kind of feels, if I had to put an analogy to it. And of course, it being the Celtics, it would have been nice to serve a loss on them. You lose to the Sixers and you lose to Boston the way you did. It's a burner. It's just because you're sitting there, you're like, God, man. You took their heart out, but then you let them get it back in both games.
I just think the stats speak for themselves, my friend. I mean, 27% from three. There was only 3 players in double figures for the Lakers. That is embarrassing.
It's top heavy, and one of your guys is a really, really hot or really, really cold player, so you never know really what's going to happen on every series. Then you have AD, who doesn't have the stamina, it seems, at the end to close the game out. And then LeBron is LeBron. I can say, the guy was unbelievable in that fourth quarter and should have had his guys cover his butt the rest of the way. And that didn't happen.
I know Juan has said keep him out of the game, but the guy was a +10 overall, tops on the team. Or actually, I'm sorry, behind Troy Brown.
I'll bring up those stats every now and then, but I don't really give two craps about plus minus or.
To me, it's important. It shows that when you're in the game, you're making impact either positively or negatively. And overall, no matter what you're doing by yourself, but as far as the team is concerned, it just seems like, today, LeBron and AD playing too many minutes, and it just really bites you in the ass. It bites you in the ass every single time when you play them so many minutes. I've said this from the beginning of the season. You mentioned 36. 36 minutes was way too much. He was averaging that early on, and you could just see it just building up.
There's no choice. There's absolutely no choice at this point with this team. You have to play those guys, otherwise you have no shot at winning. There's no shot. Even if you take LeBron out in the 7-minute mark in the fourth, the game would have been – the Celtics would have came back quicker. This team has zero depth in their starting lineup. Zero depth in their starting lineup. Not on the bench, starting lineup. So we don't have it. We don't have enough ball players on this team that make an impact. It's just too difficult. It's too difficult for these minimum players. They're minimum players. Troy Brown Jr. is a minimum player. Austin Reeves might be a $5 to $8 million a year player. That's about it.
Thomas Bryant, minimum player.
Thomas Bryant is a minimum player.
Dennis Schroeder, minimum
Dennis
player.
Schroeder, minimum. Bev is a $13 million player who's really a negative $13 million player. There is no one on this team other than LeBron and AD and then half of Westbrook that can play. And it doesn't work anymore. 2.5, 3 stars do not work in the NBA anymore. It's over. The Nets and the Lakers have proven this. It's done. It's done. So until you get out of this financial bind that you're in with the players, we're not going to really know what direction the Lakers need to take to enhance the depth for a decent future for AD and from whatever's left of LeBron.
Well, it's really just very disappointing to see how this is shaped out, especially with the other players on the roster. Beverly has been a huge disappointment. And again, gave you only a little bit at the start and gave you pretty much nothing thereafter. Dennis Schroeder, same thing. You know, these are not the players that they once were. And it's seemingly you can just tell that they just can't give you what they once could. And it's very sad to see the Lakers just really not being able to address these things that we see on a regular game basis. I mean, John McCallion says Pat Bev is playing like a minimum player. There are times that he's playing like a minimum salary player in the G League. He's not even giving you that. It seems like he's just not able to go ahead and give you a positive output time in, time out. But yet he stays in the game. Yet he starts every game.
Just get a tape recorder. Remember that scene in Last Action Hero where Arnold would play the tape to his ex-wife? Yeah. Yeah. Just get a tape recorder, one of those old school ones. Put a tape in there, press record the show, and then in the next game, just play it. And we'll just, everyone will know. Everyone will think it's us. It's because I feel like I'm repeating verbatim every game what's going on. I thought coming in here with some maybe a less volumed rhetoric. Kenneth, you could bring Bogdanovich. You can bring another guy. It's probably not going to be enough at this point.
You need more than just one player. You need at least 2, 3, possibly 4 players to go ahead.
You probably need 3 to 4 players, and you're not doing that. You're not getting those guys without giving up.
You got it. I know Z doesn't want to trade Westbrook because she indicated that earlier in the show, but he's the only one that's got a salary you can do that with.
Lakers don't want to give up their picks. They don't want salaries beyond this year. What are we going to?
What can you do?
Is that true, guys? Is it, or is it just somebody out there just saying it? I'm going to take a guess from what I've seen that it's true. If that's the case, there's not going to be anything happening this year. Just just forget it. Just forget it.
I mean, I'm just hoping that they could scratch their way into a 10th
The only thing that would have saved the Lakers this year is if LeBron was able to be LeBron of 2016. That's it. 2016 LeBron would be able to help out a little bit. Maybe they would make a trade for someone, bring him in. It would be enough to get those guys. But that you can't expect LeBron to be 42-minute LeBron from now until the finals. It's just not going to happen. It is, Kenneth. I'm depressed right now. And I have no reason to be depressed in my life except at this moment, and losing matters. Losing is a disease. It hurts.
And with the assets the Lakers have, very few of them, they're not able to go ahead and make the kind of trade that you need. I mean, these teams right now that want salaries, there's not that many of them, especially with the salary cap and what's going to happen as far as what the league is going to do. Salary cap is going to go up, possibly even more after the new, the contract is ratified. Hopefully between the players and the owners. So hopefully be something to be done there. The new TV contract involved. The salary cap management is not as fervent as it once was, even 2-3 seasons ago. People, a lot right now just about holding assets down to try and see if you can trade for something big, or at least try to draft players that can help change your franchise. That seems to be the way teams are going right now. Either stack up your first rounders that you can get from other teams, or try to build yourself into what Joe is saying right now. Try to build some super teams out of it.
This thing could be worse. Imagine that, how bad it is now. It could be worse. This year is worse than last year because of what's at stake should the Lakers finish 12th or 13th. Because you are risking a massive overhaul in terms of what you could have gotten. Imagine the difference between, look at, I don't know if it really mattered though, the Warriors they had the worst record a few years back, right? When they got Weissman the following year.
Yeah, Golden State did.
But they ended up shooting craps on that.
But Weissman was number 2.
Weissman is but they got the 2 pick, right? So we would have gotten. Now you're looking at this year a little different. Maybe the Lakers approach this more of, well, let's just do what we can do and let's see if we can get that lottery pick. We can't even do that.
Nope. That's why we got to get to at least the play-in. We got to.
And the top 2 picks are huge this year. So if we had gotten a second pick, we would essentially gotten the kind of clone of John Morant. Your favorite player?
Mine?
Yeah.
No, that was Sean. Sean was the one that mentioned him on our Monday show.
Who are you talking about?
John Morant.
No, I'm talking about this year. The second pick that's going to be this year.
Scoot Henderson.
Scoot, yeah. So Scoot.
Yeah.
Scoot, imagine Lakers with Scoot with what we've been hurting for.
Oh, that would be awesome. My gosh.
We don't even have that. We can't even have that. Even if we got the second pick, who's getting the pick?
Well, the Lakers would have to get the number 1 pick, and New Orleans would have to get the number 2 pick, so the Lakers could swap then. But that seems very unrealistic, seeing how New Orleans is leading the Western Conference.
And that's part of why I think I'm more depressed. I don't think I'd be as depressed if that wasn't constantly lingering right here. It's like a spider that you can't swat away. It's like a pelican. Pelican fly, pelican,
Oh my gosh, indeed. Once again, it's the Lakers Fast Break. Thanks so much for watching and listening. The Lakers did fall in overtime, 122-118 for the Boston Celtics, falling to 11-16. We'll be back on Friday for sure. Hopefully we can get in on Thursday, a Lakers History 101. Still trying to plan that out, but we're definitely coming back for the Friday night watch party against the Nuggets, and also as well after the game for the post game right here. Truly appreciate you watching and listening. The Lakers chat room right here for the Lakers Fast Break has been sensational. You guys and gals have been on fire. We just truly appreciate you being so, actually just so talkative, so sharing your feelings, your thoughts, venting your frustrations. I love every second of it. We're right there with you. We're not going to sugarcoat things here at the Lakers Fast Break. We don't try to. We just try to go ahead and tell you what's up as far as what's going on with the Los Angeles Lakers. But we cannot thank you enough again for watching and listening. But before we head on out, Joe, Friday, they got to get back on the horse, man. 11-16. They got to start putting another win streak together. Do you think it'll start next on Friday against the Nuggets? Nuggets have had some pretty bad losses on their slate.
I don't know.
Yes, they are in 3rd place in the Western Conference, but they've had some pretty bad losses.
I really don't know at this point. I feel still just down right now. I'll need a day or so to kind of start thinking about Denver and the weekend. It was this loss was just horrid.
Sucks the
And
life out of you,
it
doesn't
did. It did. I feel like I don't know what I'm probably gonna have to watch something that's that stuff actually doesn't do anything for me. I don't. I'm not moved by motivation or heartfelt stuff.
I'm trying to stay in the Christmas spirit, everyone. Thank you so much for noticing that, Petty My Cat. I got the Lakers Christmas tree right there. One of my daughters helped me design it, all purple and gold. All you see the Lakers and Lakers right there, ornament in the middle right there, and the Lakers hat on top. So trying to keep in the
Well,
Christmas spirit.
I did get a iPhone today. This is the first iPhone I've ever had in my life.
I'm so sorry.
So I'm
My
going to.
condolences.
Yeah, I know. I finally had to succumb to the iOS because apparently,
Android,
yeah,
Samsung,
apparently,
precious.
is that the 22 or the 21?
This is the Note 20.
Oh,
I'm due for another one next year.
don't get the 21. It's
My
the
wife
worst
got the
phone.
Flip Z, the Flip 4Z. She
Yeah,
loves it.
don't get the
Absolutely.
21. It's the worst phone I've ever had in my entire life.
I love my 20. I love my
Yeah,
20.
I
Note
had
20 is
yeah. It's the business world creates everything off the freaking Apple. So
I'm gonna write "Hi John" right there on my little
yeah,
pen that I got right
yeah.
there.
Here's my hi to John.
But yes, I got the Christmas tree going, trying to keep in the Christmas spirit. I'm trying to keep the mood a little bit positive here. I know it was a tough loss for the Los Angeles Lakers tonight, my friend. I know you're really bummed. I'm hoping that I can send some of that goodwill out to you, that goodwill towards you, my friend. Just hoping I can go ahead and cheer you up a little bit. I'm so sorry that we're all feeling down right now again, but by Friday we got to go ahead and get back on that horse. We got to go ahead and get back into things. We hopefully the Lakers can start on a run. I mean, there's still a chance, an outside chance that the Lakers can finish 500 by the end of the month. Do you think that's still a possibility there, Joe?
Ask me. I have no feeling right now.
Okay.
I can't really feel anything right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to wait until Friday.
Okay.
If the Lakers come out on Friday and use these devastating losses as finally a trigger to getting things right, then I can predict some things. But the reality of it is there's not enough talent. There's not enough talent on this team. It's not a matter of are they doing what they're supposed to. It's just not a talented team. And your third star is too Jekyll and Hyde. He's too Jekyll and Hyde. And LeBron is not going to be able to play 42 productive minutes every game.
Yeah.
AD can play 40 minutes and then don't let him shoot free throws at the end. He seems tired at the end. It's just, there's nothing to look forward to here. We're just going to have to commentate after every game and say this guy did this, say this guy did that, and that's it. The positiveness and the optimistic stuff, this is over. This crap is over. There is no optimism. There's no positives here. This is who they are. And you give them credit for doing certain things, and then you're going to say, what the hell happened over here? But we know what happened. One got tired. The other one got tired. The other one did what he usually does.
And that's the problem. I know Eddie Shad said that Darvin Ham was saying it was a playoff-like atmosphere. That's why he kept them in so long. But the thing is, okay, get this right now, Joe. Okay, if it is a playoff atmosphere, just imagine LeBron and AD playing 40-plus minutes in a best-of-7 series. That spells doom for the Lakers if that happens.
There's a better shot of John being at my level in every level than the Lakers having any shot at going all the way. Even being productive in the playoffs, should they make it.
Again,
I mean, just imagine that.
Don't be so mean to him. He's a 4-point out of 5 author.
Good for him. There's no shot. Zero. It would be a massive overhaul. There would need to be a massive overhaul and ridiculous luck for them to get 3 or 4 guys that actually could come in here and click right away. Imagine 3 or 4 guys that could shoot, that could play team ball, play good team defense. Are they out there? I don't know. I don't think so. Not for what we have, not the assets that we have.
And that's going to be a problem continuously for the Lakers. We're going to be most likely talking about these kind of things again with the Lakers just playing AD and LeBron a little bit too much and then ultimately paying the price for it at the end. I have a feeling, Joe, that this won't be the last time this season where we have a game like this where we have a victory
I don't
snatched out of our hands.
I don't think we'll see a game like this again. This was bad. I don't think I see a team choking a 13-point lead with 3.5 minutes left. I just don't see it.
Well, I'm talking about.
I saw that once before against the Bulls. I think in '98.
Well, the Lakers had it. The Sixers had a 10-point lead with a minute left and almost lost the game.
Well, they almost lost. They still won.
But I'm just saying that there's another game like these, another heartbreaking game that the Lakers will end up being on the short end of the stick because of the fact that one of the reasons why would be LeBron and AD just playing too many minutes.
I'm burnt. This one burned.
You look burnt.
This one burned. This one burned, and I don't know how long it's going to take to get unburned. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. So I don't have those dependencies to get over things like some of the weaklings out there. I sit in the pain. I sit in the pain and let it simmer a little bit, and then eventually it goes away.
Okay. That took us to a dark place there.
That was a Nancy Reagan what do they call it? Public service announcement.
Just say no to drugs. There you go.
I'm a very, very big supporter of no drugs. Drugs are bad.
Okay. This took a right turn again.
No drugs.
I'll try to go ahead and turn back left into the fact when the Lakers, unfortunately.
See his teeth? Can't have teeth like this if you're on drugs.
No, that's true.
See how white they
You can't
are?
also drink a lot of Coke either.
Well, I don't drink a lot of Coke.
I did. Well, that's what my dentist will tell me.
I don't drink
He was
coffee
my
either.
son.
That's probably why. If you drink coffee, it'd probably be black.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we go ahead,
Are we veering off? Are we veering off?
Yeah,
there?
we're veering. When we're seeing Joe's incisors, yeah, that's a problem indeed. But once again, it's the Lakers fast break. The Lakers do end up on the short end of the stick, 122-118 at overtime. But we'll be back for sure on Friday night for the Lakers live watch party. Hopefully you'll join us. Playback.tv/Lakers fast break. I could have used the company there, that's for sure. But I will say also as well, go get Palinka disagrees. But I will say, if you're not, please go ahead and join us at least for the post-game show. You know it's always entertaining. Got the best Lakers crew that's out there in the chat room. You guys are and gals are tremendous out there. Truly every time out. Cannot thank you enough for your support. If you have any friends or fans or family out there that loves Lakers shows, go ahead and direct them our way. We just love to go ahead and then go ahead and do what we can to entertain them as we build this channel forward. If you get a chance, please like the video. Please like the video. John says it helps get that word out there as far as the Lakers fast break is concerned. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so you can go ahead and get the latest notifications on when we go live on the air with a new and latest episode of the Lakers fast break. But Joe, I know you're burnt. I know you're spent. Who says keep losing? Oh, Ime, keep losing, Lakers. Keep losing. No, Ime, we do not want them to keep losing. They don't even have control of their draft pick. So it makes no sense. I understand you always bring up other teams, and we actually appreciate you watching and also bring up other teams like Minnesota, like you did the other time. But we cannot have the Lakers keep losing. It makes absolutely no sense for the Lakers to lose, and it makes absolutely no difference for us because of the fact we don't even own our own pick. We give it up to New Orleans either which way because at this point in time, New Orleans certainly doesn't want to go ahead and keep their own pick. They're going to go ahead and want to switch with ours come next summer.
Yeah, that's, again, plays a big part in why the depression keeps setting in harder and harder. We have
Rock
no
and a hard place.
We have no incentive to win. We have no incentive to lose at this point. I guess the only incentive to win is to enjoy winning every now and then. but we've wasted 2 seasons. I guess I shouldn't say that because we were injured most of the time the last few years, but we wasted probably one more title on injuries and BS.
Petting My Cat says if Pelicans get a Wemby, Joe has to do the one line of cocaine challenge. You can find out. Well, since you want to become the next Hollywood megastar, you could find out what they use as fake cocaine and just do that.
Yeah. I don't
Get
know
a
about
straw
that, Petty.
like reaches out behind your back. So
I don't know about. Yeah, I don't know about.
I don't know how that really sounded.
I've done the fake stuff before, but not. It's just sugar. That's it. Okay. Playing with sugar. I never sniffed it though. I just acted like I did.
There you go. All right. Say no to drugs.
Yeah, say no to drugs. Unless you're playing Tony Montana on TV or something. I don't know.
Oh my gosh! Well, you saw what happened to him, face first into the the pool there. Not the pool, but it was a fountain area there.
Yeah, I know. It's an iconic scene.
Say hello to his little friend.
Yeah.
But once again, it's the Lakers Fast Break. We truly appreciate you watching and listening, and we definitely will be back on Friday night. We will try, if Joe's up for it, if he gets him back into gear, we can go ahead and start talking some Lakers history once again. We can go ahead and head back to class at Lakers Fast Break University on Thursday. So that's a maybe. I'm hoping that happens. Sean Grice hopefully will join us as well. But definitely on Friday, looking forward to talking to each and every one of you right here, not only with the Lakers Fast Break Live watch party against the Nuggets, but also right here Friday night. Don't quit your day job for acting.
Keep using the same old line, Johnny. Get something new.
I can just feel the love.
Feel the Christmas love. Your jokes are as old as that goatee that you're wearing.
Oh, my gosh. All right. We're going to head on out. But
it's 2022.
Your boy,
goatees
John, you can't boycott the Lakers. You
2008.
Cannot boycott the Lakers, man. We need you on the show just to give Joe grief at the very least. At the very least, indeed. But once again, it's the Lakers Fast Break, but we'll definitely be back on Friday. Looking hopefully to be back Thursday as well. But Zangerstein, thanks, guys. Love you all. We love you back. Everyone out there in the chat room. Z, you were incredible.
We love you guys, except for John.
Penny my cat, John. I'm sharing out the love for him. Eddie, great job as well. Kenneth Stone got to be the shoes. Penny my cat, like I said, Rexid. Just a tremendous job. One of our biggest chat rooms ever as far as the number of conversations that have been had. Just really just love the fact going back and forth, seeing it all happen as we go ahead and just talk during the show. It's amazing to see. So thank you so much for everybody for watching, listening. Tom did a great job as well. Thank you so much early on. And of course, we'll be back on Friday for the Lakers Fast Break post game after the Denver Nuggets face off against the Los Angeles Lakers. We'll be back for our thoughts. Hopefully it won't be a repeat of tonight. I can't take another depressed Joe like this. I'm not going to do a line of cocaine either. That's where I draw the line.
The numbers.
I won't do the cocaine challenge. I'm not.
The numbers said that people are liking the somber tone because this was consistent dialogue. They enjoyed, and I kind of felt like they would enjoy the calm.
Thanks, Ime. Got another love for you out there too.
Because going nuts in this kind of game would have been counterproductive.
Do the fake cocaine challenge.
Because it wasn't, again, we're trying to analyze. I don't like fluff, okay? I don't want to just fluff and make up stuff. I don't want to, Stephen A. Smith at every show. It's the same show, him yelling
Lakers
at something.
Nation?
I don't watch Lakers Nation. The goal here in this show is to interpret that game. And each game in a lot of ways can, even though a lot of the stuff that they're doing is the same, that's why they're losing. This was a different way of losing. It was, they came back from such a huge, deficit and showed something I hadn't seen in a while, which was their defense was so stout. It just, they ran out of gas because they don't have enough depth. And that's the regular stuff that we keep seeing.
I watch your streams too, John. Don't forget me. Joe too on occasion. Go ahead and check out the John McCalian channel and subscribe to him and like his videos while you're there as well. See, I give you some prep there. I give you some give you some love. Share that out to you, my friend. I watch your videos. I watched you eat those Krispy Kreme donuts. So hey, there you go. All right. Yep, absolutely. Thank you. All right. But once again, it's the Lakers Fast Break. We'll be back on Friday, most definitely. But looking forward to hopefully hitting back to Lakers Fast Break University on Thursday. It's up to Professor Soro. So we'll see. As the dean of the university, I'm at the mercy of my professors. So we'll find out if he will be energized once again to go ahead and talk the Vlade Divac Kobe Bryant trade, which, ultimately changed the course of so many things for the Lakers. But we'll talk about that hopefully on Thursday, and then definitely be back for Friday's game. Right now only, of course, on playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break, but also as well, of course, for the post game right here at the Lakers Fast Break podcast. Try to have a good evening, everybody. I know it's not just one game, but we'll get through this together. We'll get through this together. Come on, Joe. Yes. We'll do this. We'll do this. We can do this. It's okay. No cocaine for you, fake or otherwise. All right? Okay. All right. Have a good evening, everyone.